Okay, we start now. Okay, so this is day 2. We're just going to discuss about Python collections. So what are the collections is available? Anyone? List,
Yeah, list, dictionary, tuples,
tuple, dictionary, and then
set.
yeah. This 4 majorly using apart from a lot of the collection integrations available like stray set, frozen set, so something's available. List also linked list, double linked list. But the concept is comes from this collections only. So if you know this collection very well, you can confidently handle your data. Okay, let me go and discuss about first collections. So list. So declaration part for list is in a square bracket we can declare, or we can use functions. List function is available. Based on that, we can declare it. And if I want to read any data from the list, I want to making some indexing list. Like if suppose I want to read the first element, li of 0 something, I can provide it. Okay, let me see some examples. So I'm going to introduce list 1, 2, 3, 4, something. Now I just print the type of li, which is a list type. And if I want to read any element from this list value, I can mention, as I say, particular list index numbers I can mention. List also we can do with slicing model. Yesterday we have discussed about string slicing, right? Same like here also we can use list based on some slicing. If I want to read the data from reverse in the last 3 or 4 something, then I can mention li of -1. -1 means it will be located for fourth element. So like that, I can read the data from there. If suppose I want to read from after the second element, all that, I can mention like that. So these are the slicing, which are all we will be practice with string, right? The same we can achieve via list also. Okay, this is the basics. Till now, any questions? Okay, fine. Okay. So if you have any question, you just inform me in chat also. No problem. Now we can see the difference between the list and tuple. The comparison is mostly asking in the interviews. First, we can see some of the examples with the list. Mhm. Now we don't have time, right? Okay. Mostly in list and tuple differences, they will ask. First, we can see the list values, how it is going to be stored. Let me, I'm going to introduce a empty list now. Okay, we will go in pipeline. Yeah. Right. That is it. List is a mutable, right? Just before starting it, we must know the tuple, right? I forget. So how tuple is working, that declaration we can see, and we can compare, and certainly we can go forward with what are the methods is available inside. So tuple declaration is nothing but we can declare the square bracket, sorry, normal bracket, or we can use tuple functions. The same like you can read the data, some values, elements index based, you can read the data. Okay, but the difference is list is a kind of mutable and tuple is a kind of immutable. So what is mutable? Mutable means we can change the element data. So whatever the data you'll be going to store it, that we can change it once create the list element. But immutable means once you declare, you cannot be change anything. Okay, this is a major one. Another one is if suppose you are going to declare a tuple 5, 6, 7, 8 something, I'm going to declare it. The type of tuple is, yeah, we can see. Now I'm going to declare a empty list. This is just a empty list. I just declare. I want to know how much the size it was occupied. It is not giving. Yeah. By default, while you are declaring the empty list, it is locating 40. So by default, whenever you're going to, whether you have a data or not, by default it's going to be assigned the memory with 40 bytes of data. The same you're going to try here. Tuple 1 equal to empty list. This is just a 24. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to append some values here. Li dot append is a function is available. Based on that, we can add an element into the list. Li1 dot append something like a. I'm going to declare it. Now I'm going to read the data from there. So just only one element. It just now again I'm trying to read the data from there. Now you can see before it was 40. While I'm declaring this one, after that, once I append the value, size has to be increased. Right, from the 40 it just increased to 72 bytes. So there is a no reserved spaces. So whenever you're going to call the list, it is reserved, sorry, it will be automatically increased. There is no caches. We will not be going to read continuously from there. If again I'm going to read, sorry, add one more element, you can see it is just reserved 72 first. After that, it is trying to incorporate each element there. The example, what I'm saying, okay. Yeah,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah, please.
Sir, for a empty list, the size will be 40, and if we insert any element into the list, the size becomes 72, right?
Yeah, there's a RAM. Just example you can consider. Sorry for my worst handwriting. Okay, this is you can consider as a RAM. Inside the RAM only all your created all your element will be stored based on some argument with refer to some IDs, right? Some ID address pointer will be pointed with respect to li1, li2 something. So this is the li1 something I just created. Once I create that element, this size will be occupied in the RAM is 40 bytes. Now I'm trying to add a as a value, just append as a zero element because it's an empty list. I'm trying to add a value as a here. Okay, I can use this. Just a value. I'm trying to add it here. Now this value plus increased 72 it comes right, which means 32 byte it just increased. Now again I'm trying to add b. Now what is happening? This 72 bytes will be occupied for both elements. The size of this each element will be very less so that it is can be handled here. Because A is a string value, B also string value. Both will be suitable to adopt with this additional 32 bytes. So there is no changes. Again, it's just showing you as a 72. Now what I'm going to do, again I'm going to add a new element. Okay, so B I just included two times. Till now, 72 bytes only, it just increased. Now you can see repeatedly I just execute this command, so it is throwing like that. We'll do one thing. Empty list again I'm created. It's first 40. After adding a first element as a E, now the byte size is 72. After that I'm including B. Again byte size is 72 only. Third time I'm including C, same 72. Now I'm trying to add another element. Now you can see till now the same values. Now you can see up to this element, first four element you are going to add it, everything will be occupied with the same values because this memory will be consumed and will store all the element with 72 byte itself. It can be adopted within the bytes. After that it cannot be reserved the memory. So what is happening here? C and then D. Till now the 72 is enough for them, they can handle it. Now whenever you're going to add a new element E here, additionally you are going to add a new element here, then it is adding 32, right? So 104, right? 4 104, because till now it is reserved first four element. After E included, then it will be increased to 104 again, right? So this element values, the size of the values also here it is a changeable values. Whenever you're going to add the element, based on that it will be adjusted memory and increase and decrease as well. Correct? You're getting my point, what I'm saying?
Sir, what if we insert F? The size will be same.
Which one?
If we
Which
insert
one?
f, is the same, is the size will be same.
Until 4 element I just added, right? Until that size will be 72 only. After that it is increasing. Let me add one more again. If I'm trying to add it, you can see, because this 4 element with adopt with 32 bytes, additional 32 bytes. After that, this element are only adopt with 104 bytes, which means it's internally reserved some more memory whenever the new element comes, right?
So
Just
for
tell.
every insertion of 4 elements, the memory size will be changed,
It
right?
is not depends on the elements only. It is depends on the data type. What kind of data type you're trying to add it here?
Suppose if we add integer data type, what happens, sir?
Let's see. Can we add different data types in list?
Yes, sir. It is possible.
Hmm. EFG. So EFG is a seventh record. I'm trying to add it. It is still adapted. Okay, based on the different data type, how much the byte for that particular data type, we must know that. Then only we can add it. If suppose I'm trying to do that this different way, li one up and off li. We have li already. We have declared right here. 1 2 3 for something. Now what will be the value? I just add a list already available. Inside the list, I'm going to add another list. Based on that append command, I'm trying to add it. Still, everything is capable because integer type is very less values to compare with string, right? Integer almost 2 bytes and the string will be a 4 bytes, correct? By default. So it is adapted. Now again, I'm trying to do that. Now it is changed, right? The value has to be increased because this is not capable to handle the values inside, so it is trying to add it more. Clear?
So Python data structure itself is assigned default spaces. It's not
Then only
like that variable length spaces.
whenever you're
It
going to declare a variable, but that particular variable have some spaces will be assigned.
okay. So
Whether it is a
when
mutable or mutable.
when when those spaces get freed or okay.
Come again, sorry, voice breaking.
See, if we are using just declaring, okay, but we are not at all using, for example, then
Hmm.
the space keep on occupied in your memory. So when we can deallocate those spaces, say any function is there to deallocate
Yeah, deallocate pop function is available. Something okay.
because of
So
it is occupied default space, right? So it's not a whenever we are using the assigning the data, if you are creating list is occupied 40 bytes, so default.
okay.
Okay,
So there is a pop method is available. I'm trying to do that pop. Pop what it will do, it is going to remove the last element. Okay, 1 2 3 4 only. Before 1 2 3 4, just reserved 104. Now it is moved into 168. Again, I'm trying to do that pop one more time. Let's see. Okay, it is adjusted.
okay.
Okay, because that based on that your element how much it is, based on that it will be reserve the memory spaces in RAM. Then it will be start the process. Some caches, everything will be stored here right now. Because once you declare the element, you're going to access that element. It will create a caches in the backend as well. So this is the some values additional it will be showing, right? That is a part of cache memory into heaps. It's called as a heaps. You can understand the concept, right? How list is working in the backend. Still any questions? A lazy type will not be used in most places. The problem is, it's supposed to declare a lazy type. That whenever the action is called, then you can use it. But very less places only we are using in real time with lazy. We can add a keyword lazy, then only we can execute it.
Any limitation is there to add the item into list? Dinesh?
Limitations to add an item to list. It's not like that because it's a immutable, right? It's a immutable, right? We can add any element. That's not a problem because all element is a kind of data.
Yes, it's a indexed ordered sequence items we can order. Okay, but is there any maximum indexed any? Not like that, right?
No, list we cannot afford anything like that.
Okay.
We can
Oh,
add a number of element.
okay, okay. Yeah.
So it's mostly depends on how your data will be in that whenever they will be declaring the algorithm, right? At the end, they'll be using the collections. What kind of data based on they will be applied. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Another questions: how to add up or remove a specific position. So we have another one command li1 dot insert, and we can declare which position we have to add it. So index I want to add after zero index or first index I want to add it. Then I can declare one as a first index. I want to add the value hello something. Now you can see the values. The particular position we can add the value. Okay. So there is a lot of the functions available. For the time constraints, I am just going with only the major concepts, differences, as well as what all the activities we can do via Python in the particular collections. Hope you are clear, right? This point too. Any question on this too? If you want to delete entirely, you can use del as a kind of method is available. You can use it as well. Okay, fine. Now we're just going to discuss about the difference between the tuples. The same I'm going to do it here. Once I declare what is happening in the back. Because tuple is not immutable, once you declare, you cannot change it, right? You just declared. Empty tuple, you just declare. Once you declare, you want to add any element, then you cannot do that here. The insert command is available, there you can add it. But here, you cannot add any values. And one more thing, it's interesting. This is a index based you want to add. This is the one way. Another one way also you can do list of particular element. li1 is equal to, you can mention welcome. Something like index based you can assign the value. Because it's a mutable list, you can do that. Now you can see insert via insert method you can add it. Otherwise, index based directly you can add the value. There's two ways you can insert it. But if suppose trying here, does not support item assignments, which means it's a immutable, we cannot do the changes. But once you declare, then you want to do any changes. It's not a changes, you want to read any data, that is possible. Already I said right, 5, 6, 7, 8, something. Top 2. Okay, it just reserved. Same we can compare here, ABCD something we just declare right the beginning. Up to ABCD, everything is a 72 bytes. The same I'm trying to see here, how much the space it will be okay. Okay, same values via tuple I'm trying to add it. This I can mention as 3. Now you can see the differences, just 56, but there is a 72. The difference is here it's once stored the data via the tuple, it just frees the address because we cannot do any changes. So this is will be a cached data whenever you're going to declare itself because it won't change at all, right? So 56 and 72, you can see the differences. ABCD, yeah, right, this one. So which is the best one while using it?
And you can use a tuple, right?
Tuple for the size of the memory and the data retrieval, such cases, tuple is the best one. But depends on your use case, you have to select list or tuple something. In case you want to add your data something, you want to continuously change your data via some elements based, that list only will help you. Even tuple is available. Correct?
Yeah, if you used any constant collection of data, then you can go for tuples.
Exactly.
Yeah, got it.
Is there any set like Java for duplicate eliminations while inserting? Set why we have set collections, right? That we can discuss. We can do that. What I'm thinking. Okay, there's a major difference. List and tuple. Okay, based on the memory address, it's going to be from the backend. It's freeze the values. Whenever you're going to call this tuple from the cache, it's going to be freeze and start it. But list is not like that. Whenever you are going to read the data, that only will be modified. Depends on adjustments. It's happened in the RAM itself. So performance-wise, little slow list, but tuple is very fast. But depends on the use case. You have to select whether I have to go with the list or tuple something. Okay. Any other questions? Mostly list and tuples will ask in interviews. Okay, fine. In tuple, we have a concept is called bagging, I think. I just want to declare X, Y, Z, and W something. So this is directly I can assign from the tuple 3. Now you can see the tuple values. Yeah. WX, Y, everything will be assigned the value. This concept is called the bagging concept. Because you just declare the element, when you're going to assign the values, automatically based on the index, is going to be inserted. Okay?
Come on and what is this?
No, this is just values, right? Tuple 3, you assign A, B, C, D. 4 elements you just declared. This element you want to assign to a particular variable, right? So directly you can call this tuple and you can directly assign to the particular variable because both of them locating the same element spaces. Yesterday we just discussed about the addresses, right? Tuple 3 of 0 element, where it will be located. And I will show you that also. So this is the address will be located right now. Same like I just declare tuple of 0 as a W. W. Both are same address. Because it's a reserved, right? Tuple 3, once you declare, it will be reserved, it will not be changed. So based on that, if we are going to locate that variables, then automatically will be assigned the particular based on the element numbers. Okay. We don't want to make a tuple of 0, tuple of 1, anything not like that. Directly you can mention the tuple name and
If you print it tuple now, what will be shown?
tuple 1.
And a tuple 3, if you print, what will be the content inside?
ABCD. You are going to assign this value to this variable.
But if I want to know what is the variable and the assigned value, how do I know?
Let I print that also.
Left hand side is a variable. Right hand side is a value always, right?
What is this? Same, right?
If I want to print the relation A is A point to X and B point, sorry, A point to W, B point to X, like that.
It's not required. That is called bagging something. Directly you can declare the value, right? Whatever you're going to assign the variable, it's going to be inferred from the tuples based on the element numbers. Element index is available. So by default, 0 is this element, right?
So if I
It is trying
assign
to assign
another
it.
if I assign another for variable, it will overwrite X W X Y Z. No.
For tuple 3.
Huh.
No, how you are asking? I assign the value after I want to. Can I replace this X, Y, Z value or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible because it's not a list tuple, right? It is a separate values. If you're going to see the type of this W, it's a string, not a tuple. So you can do the changes.
Like I'm saying
Like
that, can
W
I?
equal to W plus space hello. Something I'm trying to add it. Yeah, now you can do that.
And I'm saying in the so tuple inside value also will change now.
No, it will not. Just you're assigning here. You are just assigning the value, right? Because this is going to be assigned to this value. You are not going to replace this value. Equal operator after that you will be mentioning the tuple.
So assign the value. Okay, so based on the index. So if your W first value is assigned the tuple of 0 index. Okay, and
It's
then next.
freest. This freest value you can assign a particular variable. Directly you can mention that.
So each item in the tuples is assigned to one variable, right? Okay.
Yeah, correct. That is the main here, right?
Can you print the A now? A.
Which one? A will not be declared any variable. Sorry, variable.
Tuple inside element. I am saying A B C D.
This is the right.
Tuple 3 A element. Can you print?
Yeah, tuple of 0
Zero.
index.
Right.
Okay, so then what is the value of A if I want to see variable?
No, this is different. It just reserved. You're not getting the correct point. 1 minute. I can tell you. Okay. You declare a tuple first, right? So this tuple you will be declared as A, B, C, D. Something you declare. Okay. This is a small. Okay. Now what is going to be happen? It is going to be reserved in the memory. It is reached in once you declare. It is going to be reached into the RAM. In this RAM, A as reserved, B as reserved, D as reserved, C. Something is okay. This is the entire tuple memory address. A, B, C, D. Okay. Now what you are trying to do, you are going to assign this address. It's everything based on the IDs, right? Because this ID is a unique for the value. So this based on the IDs, you're directly assigned to one element as X, Y, sorry, W, X, Y, Z.
table.
W X Y. This is something,
Yeah.
right? This address will be followed here. If this entire address, first it is going to be assigned to this value element only, right? Tuple is just freezed, so this address will not be impacted at any cost. Suppose you are going to add some values with W of W plus hello something, you are going to do that. There, what it will happen? It is going to be create another one, memory spaces, which is a hello something. Actual value is a hello. This value will be create a different address. This address you are going to point it as a W because it's a immutable. Sorry, it's a mutable. This address will not be modified at any cost. You are redirecting to another address with the you will be creating the values right based on that. This is happening in backend. Now you understand, right?
I understood up to WXYZ. So
Mm.
what you are saying that when I am modifying W, you are saying
Yeah, this
when
is a
I
new
mod
value. This is not the same value. You just refer this value A and additionally hello is a word you're going to add it. This is going to be stored in a RAM because value based only Python program is running in the backend. So A hello is a new word, new element comes which is referred to the different ID address. It is not followed with this one already created.
And I'm saying you see you first to create reserved for memory IDs using by creating the tuple. Then in that memory you store WXYZ, correct?
Yeah, first time it is assigned.
Assigned. So next time what is the next step?
You
You
are
are saying
trying to change override the values of W something you are doing it. This
okay.
is the data type of tuple. You cannot change it. Tuple is immutable. But while you are assigning the value A, B, C, D, that are also a string data type. That is mutable. So what you are trying to do, W plus hello, while you are going to add it is going to create new memory address with the A hello. A already from it's referred from here with the reference hello word is going to be added. So this is a new value, right?
Yeah.
This new value have some new address, right?
Okay, so it will be you are saying that it will be stored in another address only.
Yes, exactly.
So and in a W only will be stored.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Clear, right?
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Sir, in list we have seen like we are able to replace the value using either insert or adding at the end by append or directly specifying the index and assigning the value. So can we just do some kind of things like we want to insert the second value, but the existing second value will be moved to the third position, kind of that.
That's the kind of swapping is available based on the we can achieve it.
Oh.
Here you have the data, right? A, B, C, D. Here you want to add a new value, right? Middle of after that A, you want to add capital A something. This is a two piece I said. Li1 of insert, first element.
Okay.
This is the zeroth element, and this is the first element.
Sorry, got it.
After that, we are trying to add it. So by default, it will be moved to third element now, right? Otherwise, you can do based on the index list.
Thank you.
But the difference between insert and this index is insert will insert a new value. Here it is trying to replace the value. Okay.
So tuple also you can do the same thing. Okay, you can insert, you can append value.
In tuple.
Tuple, yeah, tuple.
No, tuple we cannot do that. That's what I said, right? Tuples is immutable. Once you declare it, just freeze to the value. You cannot do the changes anything.
That's all. Okay. You don't do append anything, nothing. You can do
You
pop
cannot do that.
pop.
It's a freeze.
We can do double dot pop out.
No, tuple anything. The
Nothing
change
we can
data
do.
changes. We
Okay.
cannot do anything. Okay.
Okay. So if you want to add any value, tuple value, then we have to store variable. Then we can add append the value with that variable, whatever you did
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Otherwise, what you can do, you can assign the value tuple into list and do the changes again. You can convert
Okay. Okay.
like li2 equal to li tup equal to list of tuple 3, then it will be create tuple, so list here. Before it was tuple, now it is list. Now I want to add any values of tuple dot insert, and I can mention after the first element 0 1. Okay, after the first element I want to add e. Now you can see this element has added. Now I want to convert this into the tuple. Then tuple list equal to tuple function. You can use it and you can declare list of tuple, and you can mention it A B C D something, right? This is tuple, right? Okay, sorry.
Sir, it's showing list symbol.
No. Variable declaration I forget to do. So now it is a tuple. So any changes is required on a tuple, you want to convert into list, and you can do the process. Then only you can achieve.
Sir, can't we pop the elements from tuple?
Come again?
But
Can't
it is a
we
new
pop the elements from tuple?
Sorry, come
Pop
on.
operation.
Pop operations. Tuple is not possible. You want to convert into list, then only you can use it. That is I'm saying. If suppose
and
trying to do that. Yeah,
even that you are saving in a new name only, na tuple, not on the or writing the tuple 3.
No. If you're supposed to create the same variable and assign it again, it is going to be replaced. But the entire memory will be released and added. Right? Tuple 3, again you are going to declare the new declaration happen. So such things you can do. But it's going to be released entire memory, then only you can assign it.
So
For
if
a
you are
small data changes, it's not a big deal. That can be capable with your RAM memory. If you're going to work with huge data and a distributed manner, there you have some lot of issues will be raised while allocating the memory again.
so in this case that if you are using tuple, then memory so keep on maintaining in RAM, right?
Yeah, it is just to freeze and create a heap sizes in the backend. It's a kind of caches. So when are you going to call the values of tuple and list, the tuple will give you the fast output to compare with the list. We are seeing just a few elements only 1, 2, 3, 4 something, only 4 elements, 5 elements. If suppose you have 10,000 elements, you want to read and do some analysis via or Python programming, tuple will give you better, faster optimization output.
So tuple object can be deallocated. So once you have used all the operations done, then we can. Is there any function to deallocate the delete the tuple object or remove the tuple object?
If required, you can do. Depends on the use case only you are doing, right? It depends on the use case how you are going to programmatically handle your data. Then depends on the use case, it will be modified.
Okay.
Any other question? Okay, fine. So most of the concept between the tuple and list, mostly we have discussed, and conversions we have seen. Everything is missed here. I didn't make any agenda, just roughly I'm coming here. So important things we have discussed. Immutable, element read, and the setback we can see. Help. Let's see. Yeah, what are all the functions method available in the tuple? You want to know that, then you can use this help method. This is for tuple, same like you want to read for list. You can get all the informations. So just before we have seen append values as well as insert. These two only we have seen, right? So if suppose you want to learn anything like just before we have seen insert and pop. These three we have seen. So other things also, if you want to know, then you can use this methods. Calculate up total counter. how many element is available in this list. Dot count method, we can use it. List only, right? Highlight tuple. Okay. So how many times the same value has repeated? Something you want to calculate, then you can mention the numbers. If I want to know how many times A has repeated, then you mention that a particular element and read the data from there. Everything is only one time, so it will not be seeing any other data. Suppose I'm going to add another value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to add a fifth element again. A. Oh, sorry. List of open only we can do, right? So now A is 2 times. Now you can see the data. So this method you can use it. Also very important method is extend will help to extend another list here and creating everything as a flat element. Reverse, you can do that. Like tuple dot reverse. Why it is not coming? Why no declarations? Okay, I will check and come back. So clear, if you're supposed to use it, then it will be remove all the elements from the list. Then you can use clear method. It will be completely released from the memory itself. Insert we have seen, and index space we want to read the data, it will be mentioned. This is the maximum index numbers. You're supposed to create a list with the maximum values you can develop it. This is the basics. In a tuple also we can see some of the example. Tuples only count as well as index. This two only is available. Apart from nothing. These are all attribute methods which is only help for your tuple classes. This is your actual method. You can use it across all the places. There's a difference between two. It's kind of private method. Anything important? Okay, we can see some extent also. Some places will help you. So before we have done right some list of append li3 dot append li something we have done. I don't know what is the value. So li3 not available. Li1 and li. Okay, and li. So two elements is available. Now I want to add a li1 with append of li element. Now it just adding. Instead of that, I want to do something in a different way. I just remove the last element. The same concept, but instead of additional element, I don't want to add it. I can do it differently. The same command here you can mention as a extend. Now you can see before it was a list of lists it's available. Extend is going to be read the iteration and convert everything as a flatten, a single list. Some places you are going to achieve like this. You want to convert all the flattened value in a single point, then you can use this kind of commands. Right? Hope you're clear, right? Difference between these two. List of list, if supposed to add any element, it will generate like that. But this is based on iterated basis. So mostly during your code development, this is maybe used, you maybe use this most. Any question?
So, sir, for tuple, only insertion of elements into empty tuple is possible. Remaining all operations are not possible. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuple only count and this two only you can use index. Only two functions you can use it. Come again your question.
I asked that in tuple only insertion of element is possible. Like in empty tuple, insertion of element is possible. Remaining all operations are not possible. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So almost time up. So tomorrow we will go and we will discuss the dictionary and set operation, how it is working and all. At the end, we will be making some doubt clarifications of them. Otherwise, we will not be cover some of them. These are also some functions I cannot cover today. So probably I try to complete these things. Okay.
Thank you.
And
Thank
then
you.
we can go with the dictionary and set, and we can go with numbering panels. Okay, guys. If any questions, you can ask now. Otherwise, we can close it today.
Sir, if we want to concatenate the two tuples, what happens?
Concatenate between the two tuples. What kind of concatenation you are saying?
By adding two tuples, sir.
1 minute. This is tuple 0. No, two tuples you can add and create a new tuple only. Right? It's a immutable tuple. You cannot do that. Tuple element you can concatenate. So let's example tuple 1. Okay, so some values is available. I'm going to declare add, and between these two, tuple of 0 plus tuple of 1. This way you can do that because it's each address is a separate. You can locate and add it. This is the way you can do that. These two tuples directly you want to add and create a new tuple, then that is also possible. You cannot change the value, but all other operations you can achieve it. Tuple x something I can declare tuple plus tuple. Let's see. Now you can see this one. This kind of concatenation you can do, but it will be create as a new tuple. Same tuple you cannot override. It is just whatever it is, the same only. Right?
Okay.
You're clear, right? It is
Yes,
freezed.
sir.
Once you declare the variable, it just freezes. Based on that, you want to create a new variable, that's possible.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Can we find this notebook file anywhere?
Which one? No?
This notebook file, yeah, whatever you have written, the code.
Yeah, it's already loaded into the GitHub library. Yesterday recording also, I just mentioned where it was. Same like I can do this also.
On the GitHub.
Some headings I can add, and I will share you all this thing for your understanding. Because in the classes you will learn everything, but you're supposed to forget, right? I can add some headers and I will share you properly.
So this file we can find on the GitHub, right?
Yeah. Live is
Okay.
going on that video. Inside the video, I will mention the code repository. There you can refer it in
Okay.
description. Okay. Hope you are clear, right? Okay, guys. If no questions, we can close it today.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.